Today's player is a youngster who slipped through the net at Liverpool, starred for Wigan before signing for Spurs, and he's only 15 years old. Welcome to the channel, everybody. I am frankly FM81, coming back at you today with another player profile. Today we're going to be focusing on a player who is an England under-16 youth international. He started at Liverpool before being released and moved to Wigan after impressing for the Latics and was snapped up by Spurs for just £300,000. Although at tender age at just 15, he has the footballing world buzzing. He starts the game with a cheap value but has bags and bags of potential, and that means he won't stay cheap for long. Before we take a look at this player profile, if you're enjoying the player profile series, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like if you enjoyed today's video, and let me know who you think should be next in the player profile in the comments. Today's player profile is on Alfie Devine, an England under-16s player who was signed by Spurs after he impressed against them in an FA Youth Cup game. So let's have a little look into his stats and highlight what Spurs spent £300,000 on. He starts the game at Spurs with star ratings of 1.5 current and 4-star potential ability at just 15 years old. He stands at 5'7", so he's average for a central midfielder. He plays primarily as a central midfielder, but can also play as a DMC or an AMC, and I've heard him be compared to Steven Gerrard. He has a personality of balanced and a media description of a promising midfielder. So let's talk about his attributes. His key technicals: he's a rough diamond. His main attributes are dribbling of 11, first touch of 11, passing and technique of 11, and long shots of 12. In terms of mentals, he's a bit stronger in this department, with aggression, determination and work rate of 14, bravery and flair of 13, composure and teamwork are 12. In terms of his physicals, you can see that strength will develop, but he starts off with natural fitness of 15, stamina of 13, balance of 12, and everything else 11. He has a perfect base for a central midfielder to build on. So for the purpose of this video, I will be simming forward for the first 3 years of his career to see how he develops. But before we jump forward, I've put some clips together to showcase what kind of a player he will become. Here we are then. So in this clip you're going to see how he uses his positioning in the middle of the field to receive the ball to feet. He's then going to instinctively spread the play out to Danny Rose on the left wing, but he doesn't stand still. What he will do is follow the pass towards the edge of the penalty area. So when the ball is eventually laid into his path, he runs onto the ball and hits it first time, beating the goalkeeper to score a superb goal. In this clip you're also going to see his spatial awareness. As you can see, he's picked the ball up in the middle of the field. He's now going to look to pass the ball straight out to Reguilon, breaks into the box, finishes it past the goalkeeper for an assist. When we come to this clip you're going to see Devine instantly spray the ball over the top, using his vision to put the ball into Harry Kane's path. He then breaks into the box. It's a bit fortuitous with the finish. So here you're going to see his ability to find the gap in the middle of the pitch. Instead of hesitating, he'll just look to play the ball first time straight back into the path of Serge Aurier, who coolly slots it past the goalkeeper. In this clip again you're going to see his ability to find those gaps on the edge of the penalty area, and when Des lays the ball into his path, he's going to finish with a first time shot that gives the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. Here we are then, we join Alfie Devine 3 years into the future as he's maturing as a footballer at Barcelona. So you can see that he is now an 18-year-old. He's a 2.5 star current and 4.5 star potential player. His personality hasn't changed. His media description is now that of a Wonderkid. His key technicals are massive improvements for dribbling of 12, first touch is 13, passing is 13, techniques 13, and his long shots are 14. His key mentals, again there's lots of improvement here, with composure being 14, work rate being 16, and his vision is up to 14. In terms of his physicals, He is now a 13 for strength, fitness is 16, his pace and acceleration are both 14, and he has took big steps towards being a dominant central midfielder. So let's have a little breakdown of his seasonal info across the past 3 years. Okay, so normally you wouldn't get a 15-year-old in the Premier League who plays every single game for the club that he's playing for, but for the purposes of the video we have played him as a box-to-box midfielder. So in his first season at Tottenham he played in 64 games, scoring 5 goals with 4 assists and a 6.72 seasonal average rating. He also had a 6.72 average rating in the Premier League. In his second season at Tottenham, he played a total of 45 games with 1 goal, 6 assists and a 6.88 average rating. Crazily, during the save, Tottenham decided to let his contract run down, which meant that Barcelona were able to swoop in, snap him up on a free transfer, and then at Barcelona is the season where he really exploded as a footballer. So he's played 51 games, he scored 7 goals, he had 2 assists and had an overall season rating of 6.98, but his La Liga rating was a 7.03, which is quite impressive from a player who is so young in his first season in a foreign league. So across the 3 years, he also had some personal achievements. He was part of the European Under-20 Elite League winners. He was named in Tottenham's seasonal best 11. He was part of the European Under-19 Championship winners. The following season, he was in European Under-20 Elite League winners. He was named in Tottenham's seasonal best 11 again, and then signed for Barcelona. Whilst at Barcelona, he broke the Barcelona record for the fastest goal after 27 seconds in a Clásico against Real Madrid. He was named in the Spanish first team of the week. He placed 3rd in the next-gen placings behind Jude Bellingham and Andres Garcia. Watch out for that name. He was a Spanish Cup winner. He was inducted into Barcelona's overall best 11 and named in Barcelona's seasonal best 11. So as an 18-year-old, after 3 years of development, Alfie Devine is now set to have a career as a footballing superstar. He's already established himself at Barcelona and he now has all the ability to star for both club and country. He really has a big future ahead of him, and I believe his Wonderkid status is well deserved. So, if you've enjoyed this player profile, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the other player profiles. Hit the thumbs up to let me know that you're liking the content that we're creating. And if you got any comments for next players or players you want to see in the player profiles, leave them in the comments down below. I'll try and cover as many as I can. But until the next video, stay safe and I shall see you soon.